What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about why hypnosis is the most powerful manifestation technique available to us today. I've spent a lot of time doing hypnotherapy work, so working as a hypnotherapist with clients from all walks of life. Primarily, I was working with corporate clients and business owners and really just high-powered people and people who earned a lot. So high performers and high earners. And the key to this all is to understand that your mind is a computer and it is programmable. Artificial intelligence is artificial intelligence, meaning it is modeled after the brain, right? The original source of intelligence. So it's whatever you see AI doing, it is half of what the brain can do. And I know it seems like it can do so much more, but in terms of the brain being the root of what intelligence is. And the brain can reprogram itself. And if we do this intentionally, it becomes a very, very powerful thing. The single fastest and most permanent and effective way to reprogram the brain is through hypnosis. So let's get into it. When you understand that you can program your brain, it then unlocks a whole new chapter to your life, because you can decide then what you want to be, what goal you want, what kind of life you want to live. And then from there, you can work backwards to figure out how your brain needs to be programmed. And part of my work is to teach you how to program your brain and what you need to put in terms of inputs into it. Or you could just go see a hypnotherapist/hypnotist and they'll take care of you. But the brain is programmable. And before my life looked like the way it does right now, it looked very, very different. And a lot of my success is due to the fact that I was able to program my brain in a very systematic way, and also the brains, the subconscious minds of tens of thousands of other people on all my platforms put together. So when you understand that the brain is programmable and it's like a GPS, and you can put in the directions, or you can put in the destination and it'll come up with the route. That's the subconscious mind. Well, now we are on the right track. So let's talk about why hypnosis is such a powerful tool. Let's answer this question directly. So I need to give you some context. So hypnosis works by reprogramming who you are on the identity level. So any massive piece of change we have or experience in our lives comes from us having changed our identity in some way. So the people, and the places we identify with. We identify with the environment we grew up in. We identify with the family we grew up with. We identify with the items in our house, so on and so forth. That is the identity level, the people, places, and things we identify with. These things are buried in the vault that is your subconscious mind, and it becomes that subconscious mind is very open and subject to change and suggestible from ages 0 to 7. And then from there, it begins to solidify as we begin to reaffirm who we are relative to everybody else in this world, our identity. Because that identity begins to solidify itself, it becomes very hard to change over time, hence people being set in their ways. Hypnosis, by design, through a process of deep relaxation and customized prompts and inductions and all these things, is designed to get your brain into a highly, highly suggestible state, the same way you were when you were a kid and the same way you are when you are sleeping. You ever seen those prank videos of someone pouring water on their friend's head when they're sleeping, and they wake up thinking they're drowning, or they think the house is on fire, whatever it is? Like when we're sleeping, sleepwalking is a perfect example. When we're sleeping, we're highly, highly suggestible. Kids, a lot of the times, will jump off the couch thinking they're superheroes, or they'll think they're like the main character in a movie or something like that, or kids have these boundless imaginations. And it's important to note that what that really is us being in a state of hypnosis, particularly from ages 0 to 7. This is researched and backed by science. In this stage of our lives, ages 0 to 7, we experience rapid change and we form our identity. Children, if you just observe, are in a state of hypnosis, and this is part of why they can experience and undergo such rapid change. Kids can go from being very timid to very extroverted. Kids can go from being very loud and extroverted to being very shy. We become what the people, the environment, and the things we are around tell us who we are. And a lot of this is just having to unpack and unravel all these things and get us into a very suggestible state where we can then tell ourselves who we are, or have someone like a hypnotherapist tell us who we are. The second thing to note is you are being hypnotized right now. If hypnosis wasn't such a powerful tool, this wouldn't have such deep integration into our society. Let me explain. We are all in a state of hypnosis. You are being told through social media, through technology, what to think and how to feel. There is a reason why everybody is walking on the street while staring down at their phones like this. It's because you are literally in a trance. You're in a state of hypnosis. Think about scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or YouTube and not knowing where the time has gone. You just keep scrolling because it's this infinite dopamine loop. You're being oversupplied with things like dopamine. And any state where your brain is relaxed in that way, we'll get into brainwave states in a bit, but any state in which your brain is relaxed in that way and you aren't really conscious and mindful of time, or your perception of time is skewed, and you are open to suggestion, you're in a state of hypnosis. And this is why echo chambers and things like that can happen, why people turn radical on social media. It's because right before they read the comments, they're already in a state of suggestibility, somnambulism, trance. And then they go and read the comments and it becomes something that resonates with them deeply. No, you're being told what to think and how to feel. And these algorithms take you further and further in one direction or another, depending on what initially captures your interest. Hypnosis is a powerful tool to keep you on their platforms, because they can then make money by advertising their viewership, or by saying they have a large enough user base, so advertisers, it's well worth their time to come advertise on our platforms. They must pay us money. Hypnosis is about programming your own mind. That's what this is all about. It's about taking back control, because as of right now, someone else has control over your mind. And I question if most people know who that is. Who has control over your mind? Because someone does. And if you aren't where you want to be in your life, if you're not making the kind of money you want to make, at least for right now, you are probably not in control of your own mind, or as in control as you should be. Because if you were, then we'd be on track and seeing momentum and things like that. So let's talk about how hypnosis works and part of why it goes hand in hand in manifestation. We got different brainwave states, including gamma waves, beta waves, alpha waves, theta waves, and delta waves. Delta waves being you're deeply asleep. Gamma waves being you have peak experiences, you are enlightened, you're highly alert. You're highly alert, right? Theta waves is where we're focusing on right now. In the context of hypnosis, theta waves is the brainwave state associated with, number one, visualization, deep, clear visualization. Number two, trance. Number three, dreaming. So when you are dreaming, you are in the theta wave state. Your brain is producing theta waves. Delta waves, you are just so unconscious you're not even dreaming. Theta waves, you are dreaming. So as you can imagine, in hypnosis, you are in a theta wave state, meaning you're essentially dreaming. You're essentially in the same state as you are when you are dreaming. And what happens when you dream? Your mind goes everywhere, and it creates things that are beyond belief, visualizations, realities, scenarios that are beyond belief. And when you are dreaming, for that moment that you are in the dream, you believe it. You feel it on a mental and a physical level. You feel what it feels like. Let's say you're dreaming, you know how to fly or something like you're dreaming that you can fly. On a physical level, you feel what that feels like. Let's say you're falling off a building right before you wake up. On a physical level, you feel what that feels like. Your stress hormones go up. Your heart starts to race. You start to sweat. That is hypnosis. Hypnosis is literally taking over the mind and then the body. Now, it isn't involuntary. You can snap out of being hypnotized at any time. Nobody can be hypnotized if they don't want to be, point blank, period. Right? And so why this is so powerful is because in these states of theta, of somnambulism, of trance, when you're highly suggestible, the prompts that are used, whether it's by yourself or through a hypnotist / hypnotherapist, stick with you. They are planted into not your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind. And whatever is planted into your subconscious mind, even once, is like a seed that continues to grow over time. Because one thing about human behavior is, as humans, we seek to reinforce our deepest beliefs about ourselves and the world. Whatever you believe, you will seek to reinforce and you will seek to confirm. So a hypnotherapist's goal is to plant an idea of your new identity into your subconscious mind. For example, you being strong, or you being physically fit, or you being wealthy. And as they plant this into this dream that they are creating for you, because that's what they're doing, they're casting a dream for you, you on your own feel what that feels like for you. And what happens is your body and your mind are calibrating to this new identity of I am wealthy, so that when you look into the mirror now, even if it isn't apparent after the first session, you feel a bit off because what you see in the mirror doesn't resonate with who you identify as. It's like someone who identifies as not having any tattoos looks in the mirror and sees they have tattoos on their body. It's going to feel weird, like a contradiction. And so what happens is we start to research how much it costs to remove our tattoos and the best places to get the removal done. And then we go for our first session, so on and so forth. And then over time, the outcome takes place, but you can be who you need to be to get that outcome done right away, overnight. And that is the purpose of hypnosis. That's why it's such a powerful tool, because it changes who you are at the identity level. So if your goal is to manifest your first million, your first 100,000, well, you need to understand for you what that feels like, which means you need to take yourself there mentally, visually, physically. You need to take yourself there. Hypnosis is the only real tool to help you do that. Right now, fast, in an instant, for permanent change. That is why it's so powerful. That's why people pay big money for hypnotherapy sessions. So let's talk about money. Money is just an energy exchange. Wealth is just a feeling. So hypnosis is about playing it out. How does it feel to have money, to receive a lot of money? How does it feel to be wealthy, knowing that you've solved the money problem? Explore that feeling, sit in that, run through these scenarios, play these scenarios out. Play these scenarios out. And trust that whatever you're feeling is what it feels like to be wealthy. Because in the worst case scenario, it feels better, but you still got there. And the more you do this, there isn't a set prescription for how often you should go through hypnosis. But I mean, when I first started, I was listening to hypnosis audios twice a day, in the morning and at night. But you just need to continue to keep yourself in this stream of success, in this stream, this thought stream of that it is possible, that I am wealthy, that I am doing it, that I am bringing good things into the world. And if you stay in a stream for long enough, you will find gold, the gold nuggets. Hypnosis for 1 to 2 times a day, rapid change. Rapid change. Hypnosis is the single most powerful manifestation tool out there, because everything other than that is theory. Oh, things you should do. You should do the 3-6-9 manifestation method, but there's nothing that actually scientifically rewires the mind and reprograms the brain for wealth, for confidence, for abundance, for becoming magnetic, for focus, for anxiety reduction, whatever it is that's blocking your blessings, limiting beliefs. Hypnosis is the only tool out there that can do this quickly. And that is why people pay the money that they do for it. You can make a killing in hypnotherapy, as have I. And you can also become a really high performer through being hypnotized, through undergoing hypnosis. I offer hypnotherapy in the Quantum Leap Academy. I also offer manifestation coaching. The link to enroll in the Quantum Leap Academy is in the description. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm out. Peace.